Okay, so I am going to show you a quick, easy recipe that we like to make a lot. Nate and I have been making salsa for years and years and years, and I came across this recipe that I like better, so we have switched over. So the thing I like about this recipe is if I don't have the exact ingredients on hand, it's okay, because I can always just modify it here and there, and it doesn't really change a lot. So I just modify it to what I have. So for instance, in this recipe, it calls for like the Rotel tomatoes, the tomatoes with the green chilies in it. It calls for a 10-ounce can. I have a 14-ounce can, so it doesn't really matter. I like to double my recipe, so I'm actually going to put these in. It also calls for a can of regular diced tomatoes, and I don't have those right now, so I'm just going to put in more fresh tomatoes. But it's easiest if you have a, what is this thing called again?
Food processor.
Food processor. It's easier if you have a food processor, but you can make other things work. You could pulse it in a blender. You could chop it up really small. We've used a smaller food processor before. This just makes it easier. So I'll link the recipe, but I usually do about half a jalapeno. You can, again, change it more or less how you like it. And so I've got fresh tomatoes in there. I like to drain the canned tomatoes because I don't like it to be, because it's going to get liquidy already, so I don't want it to be too liquidy. The other thing I really like about this is we love guacamole. And so I'll scoop out some of the salsa after I smash an avocado, and then I just mix the salsa in, and then we have guacamole with the chips and salsa. Oh, and cilantro. I would add more cilantro, but that just came from our garden, and that's all I could get currently. So otherwise I'd be putting more in. But again, it's kind of a versatile recipe. You can add what you have when you have it. Okay, so I added, because I'm doubling this recipe, I added 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, and a half a teaspoon of cumin. Yep. So anyways, I'm just going to get this started. Okay, so I'm gonna add the garlic. If you don't have one of these, I recommend it to just quickly get off the garlic, peel the garlic. You really can't go wrong with too much garlic, so add as little or as much as you want. I think it only calls for like 1 or 2 cloves. When I say 1 or 2 cloves, that means like 3 or 4. So, and then just taste test it after that, and just decide if you need to add anything else. I wish I had more cilantro in this one. I can tell a difference. I've already taste tested it, but we'll see. All right, so tonight you can do this just for like a quick snack or guacamole dip, whatever, a side thing. We're doing tacos tonight. We prefer homemade salsa for tacos, so that's what we're doing.